Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thomas Ashley. Welcome to another new series of mine, a series which really takes it back to the start of everything I've done so far, takes me back to where this journey started. I've been wanting to film a video like this, videos, and do this series for a long time, but it's taken a while to get here, and it's taken a while to get out my comfort zone and be able to want to talk about it in the way I want to be able to read it from page to screen. I started writing my blog Candid with Cancer back in August 2023, and I was so scared to start. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done. Putting myself out there, being the most vulnerable I've ever done, showing the world who I truly am, telling the world what I've truly been through. But without writing this blog, without going through this, without being the person I am today, I wouldn't be here right now. The whole point of starting the blog was to inspire, empower, and to teach people not to give up. That no matter what you've been through, you can get through life. Just because you've gone bad and life is hard doesn't mean you can't succeed, doesn't mean you can't become the person you want to become. And that's why I started. I also did it for myself. I needed to. I wanted to. I needed to get everything down on a piece of paper. I needed to finally tell the world who I am, what I've been through, and that at the end of the day, I'm just me. I am just Tom. That brings me to this point now. I want to spread this message further, but not only that, I want to tell it my way. And yes, the blog Candid with Cancer is mine, all written by myself, no one else's input, but it's only written. I've always loved speaking and talking and saying things. That's how I truly get my message across. I am a waffler. I speak and I love it. The emotion you can convey through your voice, the emotion you convey with the story, how it's supposed to be read, how it's supposed to be, author saying it aloud. That's what I love. But this is something I want to for a long time. I know this isn't a podcast, and yes, I'd love to do a podcast, but this isn't it. But I want to speak it. I want to read my blog, each episode, all 20, with my voice, really conveying how I was at the time, how I was feeling, how each passage I envisaged to be read. That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. Without much further ado, let's get into my blog. This is Candid with Cancer with Thomas Ashley. Episode 1. My first diagnosis. Where to start, really? No one can teach you how to circumnavigate cancer. You can read, and read, but at the end of the day, all you can do is experience it and learn. A unique experience, unique to everyone. No two stories the same. I need to write this, but more importantly, I want to write this, not just for me, for everyone. No matter your circumstances, you don't need to have experienced anything I have. These blogs or short stories won't shy away from anything. They'll be my experience in its rawest form, from the many highs to the many lows. I won't be shying away from mental health because that's the real battle you face. If anything, I want these blogs to tell the full story in depth. And though I am a success story, it's not all success. If I can give you one person permission, in whatever walk of life they are in, that the way they are feeling is allowed, if they can find solace in these words, if it can save one person's life, or just make an individual know that they are not alone, then that is my mission accomplished. I want to empower those who deserve it. It's not going to be an easy read, but it's going to be a must read. So, this is going to be where I start. I fell ill in January 2015, just after Christmas. Over Christmas I was healthy, just recovering from a torn groin and looking forward to being able to play sports again. At first, the diagnosis for my illness was tonsillitis, something I regularly got. After being put on antibiotics for the week, my tonsillitis had subsided, but an illness was still there. I just continued to feel sick and tired. I tried to play football on the Sunday, however, I had to come off after 30 seconds. I was going to be sick. And I was still ill. I took the week off school, hoping that it was a reaction to the antibiotics, that it would settle soon and I'll be back. The following Monday, I went back to school, feeling better, or at least I thought I was. I tried to play hockey for games in the afternoon. However, Throughout the session, I was very tired, and I put this down to not having played for 4 months and recovering from my previous illness. When I got home that afternoon, I walked home from the bus stop, 3 or 4 bags in hand. When I walked in through the front door, I pretty much collapsed onto the stairs. I didn't think anything of it, but my mum, with her mothering instincts, knew something wasn't right. My mum called the doctors, and the next day I was in for blood tests, and that evening we got a call back saying that I can't go out, can't go to school, and that I need to stay home, and they'll continue to monitor my bloods. At this point, I had no idea what was going on. I'm a 15-year-old, in the peak of his school life, developing with his peers, learning about himself, going through puberty, and wanting to enjoy life. I guess I just thought nothing of it. A week passes, and having had blood tests every other day, I didn't know what was going on, but I just assumed I'll be okay. I go in for blood tests on Monday the 9th of February, and all is well, so I thought. My mum got a phone call about 7 in the evening saying that I need to go straight to Coventry Hospital. I remember I was sitting in my room at the time, playing PS4 with my friends, telling them, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be back at school after half term. I had no idea what was going on, but I put on a brave face and went. We went to A&E, waited there for a couple hours until I was taken through to a room to have my bloods taken. I can't remember the nurse exactly, how she looked or the way she looked, but I do remember the way she spoke. She spoke to my mum first, outside the room, and then came into me on my own. I didn't know what was happening, but she knew she had to tell me. She got down on her knees, and when I was sitting down and gently and softly had to tell me the worst case scenario. This was the first time I knew anything about this. She went on to tell me it could be cancer. Blood cancer. I still had my brave face on and just said, okay. She then reassured me that there are treatments that can save your life and that you can get through this. I remember being stuck, you could say. I put on a brave face and just said, cool, that's okay. She then went out the room and Mum came. That was the first time I broke down. The first time I cried. And I think if I knew what was ahead, I would have been a lot worse. I remember telling my mum, I don't want to die. I don't want to have cancer. And my mum, being who she is, stayed strong and knew we could get through this. At this point, it still hadn't kicked in. That I'd just been told that I could have cancer. And to this day, I still don't think it has. I don't really know how a 15-year-old boy is supposed to react being told they might have cancer. There is no right or wrong way. There never will be. That was episode 1 of Candid with Cancer, my first cancer diagnosis. As you would have heard, it is tough, it's not easy. If I can get the message out that just helps one person, like I said, it is mission accomplished. There's 20 blog posts, so there'll be a new episode every week for every blog post. If you enjoyed, it'll go a huge favour if you could like the video, subscribe and share so it can reach as many people as possible and so it can reach the people who need it most. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.